Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going on another little trip, which I'm very excited about. I got a call this week from my uncle and he wants to get some new pottery, some large pots for his backyard. Now, the funny thing is my uncle and I are like two peas in a pod. We love gardening, love Christmas, love antiquing. So this is going to be such a fun trip. When he called and he asked, where should I go? I thought, let me take you to some of my favorite spots. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I did have plans to work out in the garden today, but it is raining like crazy today. So I figured shopping, especially with somebody else's credit card, yes, please. So we are going to be heading over to my aunt and uncle's house first, and then we will go to some garden centers together and see what we can find. All right, we just got to my uncle's house and let's go see. Well, first I want to see the containers that we are going to be replacing and then go from there. So let me show you guys their backyard, and they just live in like the loveliest neighborhood and everybody has beautiful, beautiful gardens here. Hi, Goldie. Hi. Come on, Goldie. Okay. So here is my Uncle George's backyard, and there's a lot of things going on back here because he has a lake house that they just recently renovated. So some of these things are going to be moved to the lake house. Here's what's going on. These palms were going to go into those big containers that he just built. He used some of the wood that was left over from the deck project at the lake house to build these, but they are so big. Once we fill this up with soil, nobody's going to want to move this. And the other problem is it's really close to the pool. And I think he's just afraid of getting the pool dirty, especially like during the winter time. So we're going to move these big boxes to the lake house. And then these containers are the ones that he wants to replace. So I think we're going to take these to the lake house as well. I'm not sure yet, but these are the palms that need to be repotted. You can see that he's already loosened up the soil on them, but they're kind of outgrowing this container. And he just wanted to give them a little bit more room to grow. So we're looking for something a little bit wider than this and something a little bit taller. That's kind of the vibe. And some of these other things are also going to be moved. So there's just like a ton of garden projects going on here. And again, things are being moved to the lake house. That's why we need to kind of get it together. Now I have some ideas about containers, but we're going to visit a couple of places. I kind of want to get his input if he wants to go more of like the glazed route, which is kind of what he has. He kind of has that vibe where I'm more of like unfinished. I like a little bit more texture on my containers, but these are really beautiful and they kind of fit the garden here too. So it's going to be interesting to see what he picks and what he likes and what I recommend and what I like for this space. So anyways, let's head over to the garden centers. But real quick before we go, look at these beautiful rhododendrons. These put on such a color show. It's so phenomenal. We were just talking about rhododendrons the other day in one of our videos, and this is like the time where I get real excited about them, is because when you just see them all budded up and then you come out here just like in a couple of weeks, they're just going to be blooming their little heads off. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, before we take off, just look at this Armandi clematis. It could be snowdrift or Armandi, I'm not sure, but look at how beautiful that is. And it just smells amazing. So gorgeous. All right, first stop is at Dennis's 70s. And my uncle is just already admiring the blue. But wait, I'm like, don't fall in love with anything yet. Let's be methodical about this. I think this is too tall, but maybe he wants that. Is this too tall?
No, it's not.
You like that one? Inside? Okay, let's go inside and look. I'm gonna let him lead a little bit. Oh my gosh, look at all of the hellebores. So pretty. Wow, wow, wow. When we were there, I was like, do you want to buy things to plant? Because your plants are looking a little bit bare. All right, they have some really beautiful containers here. See, I like stuff like this. If I'm gonna go with color, I want something that has a little bit of texture. I think that just looks so stunning. Let's see what else they have. Ooh, okay. I see a lot of color over here. Wow, that is gorgeous. I have to remind myself I'm not here for me today. It's going to be hard, but we're going to get through it. Oh, look at those green ones. Oh, that's gorgeous. I like both of these. Here's the thing with containers. You have to be very methodical about what you're buying because that is going to be such a big part of the overall look of your garden and whatever space that you're planting them in. I also want to think about what is going to look beautiful all season long, all seasons, not just spring and summertime. So although I love like the oranges and the yellows and the red, those are beautiful. But would I have those out all year round? Maybe not like towards the entryway anyway. I would want to go with something a little bit more muted and a little bit more classic looking, not something too bright. Now, I do think these bright containers do look beautiful in the landscape. Again, it's just that beautiful pop of color. And I think that's always really beautiful. And they don't really get lost in your garden like some of the other ones do, like a darker one might. So it really just depends on what you guys are looking for. I, again, tend to go for the softer tones. I like to go with more of like the beiges and the browns, the blacks, that kind of vibe. I don't do too much color. So just something to think about. If you are going to be buying containers for like your entryway, think about how is that going to look in different seasons? Are you going to get spring, summer, fall, and winter out of it? Or is it going to look a little bit funny to have an orange container in your entryway? So just something to think about. Look at these. Chiyo, do you like these? Let's continue looking. It does pop more. He's right. He's talking about how like the white will stand out more. And that is true, especially in the summertime. I like these. I don't love them. I do think they would look nice though, because there's so much greenery in the background. So it would look nice. All right, so we have some containers in mind. I think that turquoise one that we saw and one of the blue ones is really nice, but we're not committed to those. So I want to check out Farmington Gardens and see what they have right now. Boy, if you're looking for some flowers though, look at all of these beautiful ranunculus and anemones and pansies. So much goodies at this garden center. I'm being so good about not buying anything right now, but my little mind, my little brain is turning right now with all of the potential. All right, we are at Farmington Gardens. Let's see what we can find today. All right, just so I made a quick stop to talk to the gang. And let's see, my uncle has my umbrella, so he'll be easy to spot. Let's see if he found anything over here. See, this is what I want for him. I want like these. I think these are so pretty. I don't know where he is though. Let's see. I'm looking for the colorful ones. Oh, there he is. See, even these are nice. These are more shallow. No, no. I think this would be a really beautiful container. I love these. And I like the design on them. I like that. Those are the ones I have. Yep. I like these. Yeah. I have these. This could work. This is not too much bigger, right? What do you think? Did you look at the other ones over there, the glazed? Yeah. You want to go look? Okay. All right. Let's just look at some of the glazed pottery really quick. Yeah. Did you see that one? The two-tone? No, that's too small. Nope. All right. Let's just go through here real quick and see because they're kind of spread around and they will have more coming in. And that's the thing with like coming to the garden center now. You're going to find really good stuff, but they're just getting started. Do you know what I mean? So there's still a ton more that's going to be coming in. See, I love these. I think these are so stunning. If we could just get one that's a little bit wider, like this height, but a little bit wider, that would be nice. Ooh, look at these. Oh, these are sold. Darn it. Are you sure it's too big? Yeah, it probably will be too big. Yeah. So we're not finding the exact color that we like. And my uncle is kind of determined to paint one, but I just don't know about painting something like this. But I do love these containers. We're in a dilemma. We can't decide if we're going to go with these or the taller one that we just saw. I'm convincing my uncle to get these. I think these are going to look beautiful. All right, we just loaded the containers. I'm so happy about the ones that we got, but I do need a couple of houseplants. I don't need it, but I want it because I just recently killed a couple of things. Or I didn't kill it, it just died. It was done. It was like, I feel like houseplants are like, they're staying at a hotel and then when they're done, they check out. That's what mine are doing right now. I had two little cactuses that just went boop, kaput. So I'm going to look for something here because I want to have plants on my desk. I always like to have plants around me when I work. So I want to make sure that I have something just to kind of lighten up that area a little bit. So I'm really drawn to these gorgeous begonias here. Look at this. I've always wanted one of these Rex begonia. I think these are so interesting. So I might grab one of those. And then what else? What is calling our name? Oh, these are pretty. Oh, I love that pink color. I don't even know what these are. Petiona? Huh, I'm not familiar with these, but that's pretty. Like that. What else? Let's see. Oh, I love a pink princess. These are so stunning. I saw one that had so much pink. It was just beautiful. I mean, it was hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So I was like, I can't commit to that right now, but they are beautiful houseplants. We have a bigger one. We do have a bigger one, just not quite as big. So I think I'll go with the begonia. Oh, this is interesting too. Pepermia. So this is similar to the one that we got, gosh, maybe a couple months ago. I like that. But I'm really into the begonia. Like this just keeps calling my name. So I think we'll pick one of these up. Oh, this is pretty too. Which one do you like out of these? Which one? You like this one? I like this one too. Yeah, the shape of it, I don't love the shape. What about this one's cool? Yeah, this one is okay. Any of them. This one is cute too. My uncle's like, this is nice, but this is nice too. But I like this one. This one? Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. All right, we are going to pay for everything and head back. All right, I don't know if I showed you guys which containers we got. So these are the same ones that we have in our garden, and I think this is going to work out perfect. We did measure, these are just a couple of inches bigger than the one that he had, I think, or he measured. Anyway, so I think this is going to work out a lot better. And we also picked up some fertilizer for palms. I don't know much about palms, but we picked this up from Espelma. So if you have palms, palm tone. So we're going to be using some of this when, or he's going to be using some of this when he transplants the palms. It's just raining like crazy, so we're probably not going to do that today, but we will be back for some other projects, which I'm very excited about. The other great thing about these containers is they go straight down. They don't taper in like the other ones do, but we are going to be using those containers, I think. Let me show you guys up here in the front. So I think we're going to be doing some projects in this area, transplanting some things, bringing those big blue containers out here, moving these white ones somewhere else. But there's just going to be a lot of really fun, pretty things that we're going to be planting and doing here eventually. So super excited about that. It's always fun to do garden projects in other people's garden, especially your family, and start kind of helping them put ideas together. And then to be able to do it with them is just really the best. All right, guys, I just got home. I had a quick bite with my aunt and uncle, and it was just so nice to be there. I think my Uncle George is going to transplant the palms by himself. And then those blue containers, like I said, we want to bring them up front. I think it'll look so beautiful in front of their house. And I'm just looking forward to doing some things over there, which is really nice. It's just so nice having family close by. I am such a big family person. So to be able to have some family here is just such a blessing. We have family all over the world, which makes it super interesting. But anyways, I did want to go ahead and plant up this little Rex begonia that we got. I just love the foliage on this one. I think it's so interesting, and even like the underside. Now this one is kind of funny because it has these two leaves kind of coming over. So my gut instinct is to cut this, but I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it for a bit. But I have this little container that we're going to be planting it into. And again, I just like having containers and flowers and plants around me when I'm working around my desk. So I was super sad when my little cactuses died. But then I also thought this is an opportunity to go get something else. So I'm just using regular potting mix for this begonia. And that's really it. This is like the fastest little planting that we're doing here. I mean, it just literally went into this little container. I don't know if you guys got to see any of that, but that's it. That's all there is to this one here. And I really love that. I am such a sucker for anything that has like pink or dark stems. I don't know why. I just gravitate towards things like that. How cute is this? I'm gonna wash this up and water her in, but just a quick little fix to go on my computer table. I love that so much. All right, guys, that will do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming out with us and doing a little bit of shopping. It feels like we're doing a lot of shopping right now, which is kind of what we do at the beginning of the season. We have to go buy planters and trees and shrubs and plants and fertilizer. But again, it's all of that like excitement building up for the garden season, which I'm so excited about. And I know you guys are too. But again, it was just nice to spend some time with my uncle and just having lunch with my aunt and uncle together. It was just really lovely. And I can't wait to go back to their garden and just throw some ideas out there that I have to improve their garden even more so than it is. Anyways, thank you guys again for hanging out with us today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.